Final hour of the show, live from the Ak-Chin Community Studios, and final segment here with Max Starks. We'll shift our focus now to Week 5 in San Francisco. Max, the Cardinals are facing an uphill battle now at 1-3 with games in San Francisco and Lambeau the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a tough road turn.
I was hoping you were going to say no. Actually, San Francisco said they were going to go ahead and forfeit this one. And
yeah, exactly. Jordan Mason said he's not going to play.
Well, they'll just find
Brock
somebody
Purdy
else.
went and
they'll just
said
plug another running back.
He's heading down to Mexico for a couple of days.
If you were in that Cardinals locker room, what are you saying to these guys? Okay, listen, any of you guys bail on us, I'd kill you.
Yeah, exactly. You
All
said
right?
like, who's not going to practice today?
I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Stare
got
down the
two
double barrel.
tough road games. You're sitting here at 1-3 with San Francisco and Green Bay on the road. Any of you guys bail on me, and I'll kill you.
A cornered animal is a dangerous animal.
Let me throw this stat at you that I had earlier, and I got to do the math again. But Wolf and I were talking about this before because Christian McCaffrey's obviously not playing, right?
Yes.
We don't know when he's coming back, but he's not coming back on Sunday.
Now he has double knee tendonitis. Is that what it is now?
Something.
It transferred
Achilles
body parts or
yeah,
something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But last year against the Cardinals, Max, in 2 games,
okay,
Christian McCaffrey had 364 yards and 7 touchdowns.
No, I'm sorry.
7
quarterback passing yards?
No. 364 yards and 7 touchdowns. Rushing and receiving, but yes.
Yeah, it's still scrimmage yards.
Yeah.
Not passing
Pretty
yards.
good.
No, not passing yards.
In 2 games.
And the 7 touchdowns also kind of a big deal. So they don't have to deal with that at least.
Yay!
If you're looking for ways they could
Bonus.
win, not dealing with those 7 touchdowns could help.
Yeah, but Jordan Mason's.
Well, I would also say this right now. Crazy Carl needs to show up. I talk about it all the time. Crazy Carl!
Yeah.
I talk about him. You might want to pull that, too, so I don't have to do that again, Mel, because that really hurt my throat when I said that and I looked to my right. Exactly.
Yeah, please don't tweak anything, Wolf.
You might want to pull that, Mel, just so I don't have to do that ever again.
And then put it in like an echo effect so you just hear it over and over again.
This is something we're going to talk about a little bit, but they do. They need something crazy to happen. Say, something where the ball is bouncing off people's domes into the air, going 15 feet up.
CQ exchanges.
Exactly. They need a little Crazy Carl, I think, to show up because this is going to be a tough game.
And this is a team that prides themselves in physicality.
Yes.
And they pound the rock, and they pound the rock efficiently. And that's where, when we talked about it, what's the leakiness of the defense? It's the run defense, right? I don't worry about them in air as much, but you've got to be able to stop it because that's what they're going to want to do.
That's why losing Justin Jones was a big deal, too. Because he's good.
Yeah.
He's adequate. He's better than adequate, I would say. He is good in terms of filling his gap and holding the line of scrimmage. Not saying he's one of these grade 3 techniques who are going to get off and change the game.
It's not Aaron Donald.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's a pro and he's good at what he does.
All I know is watching that game on Sunday, I was like, how hurt is he? Could they just put him out there injured? Would it really be that much of a drop off?
Yeah, just split his legs straight, and just be there.
Just be having there. Justin Jones on the field hurt feels like it would have helped.
Maybe just roll out like a cutout. Yeah. The cutout might have done a good job.
They needed a Justin Jones out there, and they're not going to have him for the rest of the season, obviously.
Yeah,
so they got to deal with that.
And that's where the crux is going to be. How creative are you going to have to be? Because now you have to say, if we can't do it in base, right, Wolf?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You got to blitz.
That's right.
And
you got to scheme it.
You got to scheme it all day, whether you have to use slants and pray you slant into the right direction. Are you green dogging it? Like you're going to have to add on an additional guy into the box. Buda Baker, now you got to play even closer to the line of scrimmage. And pray you're on the right side and they don't run away from you, right? I mean, these are the type of things that you have to do to manufacture some semblance because you have to if you force Brock Purdy into 3rd and longs, he's not as good. But when you give him 3rd and shorts, 3rd and no more than 5 to 6, he's good. He's lethal. And he has the complement of skill guys to be lethal. But when you put 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9, right? You get these longer distances. That's where it becomes more mortal. But it starts with first and second down. You got to establish yourself on first and second down, and that's where the issues lie.
So Nick Sorensen, of course, is the new defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Nick Sorensen, he took over for Steve Wilkes, of course. They're giving up 3 more points per game than they did last year. Their third down percentage, they're actually number 26.
Yeah.
We're talking about the San Francisco 49ers.
They haven't
number
been
26
amazing.
in terms of third down defense, which, we think immediately their pass rush, here they come. They're very, very difficult. Yet they were 24th last year as well.
Yeah.
Still not as good, but think about that for a minute. Do you think, I don't think of the 49ers last year under Steve Wilkes being number 24 in third down defense. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
But all the metrics, a lot of these metrics, they're not doing as well as they did in 2023.
The metrics suggest San Francisco is beatable.
Yes.
Not saying the Cardinals are going to go in there and beat them, but it just a year ago it felt like, good luck. I mean, McCaffrey's going to have 4.5 touchdowns on you today, and they're going to be unstoppable. Now,
their defensive quarterback rating last year was 81.
What is
This
it
year
now?
it's 93.
All right.
And again, that's not bad. That's not horrific that it's 93, but it's not 81.
It's not that good either.
It's not. The only thing they're doing better in terms of this year as opposed to last year, sacks. Sacks per attempt.
Oh, boy.
I know, right? I mean, it's like of all the things
Hopefully Kyler
right
didn't
now,
hear that.
sacks per attempt, they're actually number 4. Last year, number 18. And I think largely based on the reason why Steve Wilkes is no longer the defensive coordinator for the 49ers is because of that number 18 in sacks per attempt. This year, number 4.
Well, and I think that also goes to show that that's aggressiveness. Because all those guys that you have up there on that defensive line were paid to do what? Rush the passer. And if you can't create ways for all those pass rushers to have something, and like you said, to be middle of the road and actually a little bit below average, right? Because 16 is the line of demarcation for top half, bottom half. When you look at your bottom half, not what we paid Javon Hargrave for, not what we paid a king's ransom for Nick Bosa for, right? Right. It's like we paid all this money. I need to see better results than that. And like you said, Sorensen, it might not be better on the overall metrics, team metrics, but if you got that one category that they care about the most, that's all it takes sometimes, right? If I got one reason to like you,
that's right.
I'm going to keep you around.
This is Nick Rollis' son, Jordan Mason, who you brought up earlier, Max.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to run the different type of runs they have, the wide zone. Very good at finding those, just reading it down the line, finding those cuts, and then when he does find that seam, he is a load to bring down. He gets downhill. So, he's doing a great job right now of hitting his tracks in the run game, and when he finds that cut, he's making it, and then he runs hard and he runs downhill, and he's a big man. So you got to do a good job of tackling and mitigating those hitting yardages because, right now he's breaking through tackles and doing a really good job.
So here's the list of players in the NFL with more rushing yards than Jordan Mason right now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Kenny
understandable.
Henry.
That's the end of the list. We're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
That's it.
I knew he had like 447 yards, but I mean.
Yeah, it's Derrick Henry, is it?
And the only reason it's Derrick Henry is because he had that 191-yard
Yeah.
game last week, or else it was Jordan Mason.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Okay.
I will say this. Listening to that clip, what got me was right at the beginning.
When he sighed.
That just lets you know that he is already 12 cups of coffee in, and he's like, I still haven't found the answer yet. It's like he's sitting there with the Rosetta Stone, and he's trying to figure out how to decode the problem that is Jordan Mason and this San Francisco rushing attack.
He was never drafted, right? Jordan Mason. He's an undrafted rookie free agent
He
like
got
2 years
the
ago.
same amount of rush attempts in his entire career in the first game this season. So that's just to tell you that this is a new frontier for him, and he has literally taken the ball and run with it.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though? We know the 49ers. We know they can run the ball, right?
Yeah.
They can run the ball.
That's what
we
I'm kind of
understand
getting at.
that.
Is this just what they do?
They can run the ball, but you know what they're better at? Throwing it.
Yeah.
That's, They can run the ball, but they are better at throwing it right now. Number 2 and number 1, respectively. Passing yards per game and passing yards per play. Number 2 and number 1.
Well, and that's with a guy. So Jordan Mason was an undrafted rookie free agent in 2022, and Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft in 2022.
He was Mr. Irrelevant in 2022.
So whatever they were doing at the very end of the draft,
it's like they forgot the first 2 days, and they were like, "Oh, hey guys, time to go.
We better get a really good quarterback and a really good running back. We'll just go pick him up."
Yeah.
Max, great stuff as always, man.
Thank you, Max.
As always, guys.
Love you, bro.
Love you.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.